practice today?
Darius did not practice today. Jarrett participated in practice today. Looking at who's over there. That's about it.
Did Donovan practice?
Yes, he practiced today.
Is he going to play?
We'll see.
Did you feel like you saw enough from Jarrett in how much time he missed that you would be comfortable putting him in a game environment at this point?
I mean, I think you know what Jarrett is going to do. What we have to do is figure out a way to recreate some of the random things that can happen. So we'll do that before we put him on the floor.
Any more questions?
What are the emotions like for you going into a game against a team that you just saw in April, knowing what those stakes were back in April?
I mean, it's, very early in the season. Obviously you want to play well, and, you are human, so you do have those emotions. But, for us, it's about preparing for the long haul and continuing to get better. And I think that's where our focus is right now, what do we learn from Friday and Saturday that's going to help us on Tuesday? And then what do we learn on Tuesday that's going to help us on Wednesday? So that's kind of where our thought is right now.
Because you said you were human and you still have those emotions, what sticks with you still from that playoff series against New York?
I think, it's just the opportunities that we had that we didn't take advantage of. For the most part, with the exception of Game 3, we had opportunities to win games, and we just, didn't take advantage of those opportunities.
Can there be, because it's a national team game, like team you lost in the playoffs, I know you're looking forward and hoping that this is just one of those learnings, but can there be elevated, heightened, like just on a regular season game?
Yeah, I think, again, it's the human nature, right? It's the competitiveness of the NBA and the guys that make it here. It's like, you do not make it if you don't have that competitive edge. So, it's going to be, a little bit more on both teams' minds, that, clash that we had in April. So, just their human nature, you expect them to, perk up a little bit.
You said applying what you learned from Friday and Saturday to tomorrow's game. What have you guys learned from Friday and Saturday that you're going to try and apply?
Just areas where we can be better, defensively, what we need to do in fourth quarters, when you're talking about three-point shots given up. I think both of those games, Saturday was a little more uphill, but when you're fighting uphill, you can't give up open threes in the fourth quarter to guys who are capable of making shots. Friday night, same thing, you're on top, and you give up threes to shooters that allow them to get back in the game. So I think those are things that we can learn and just have to get better from.
How that series unfolded last year, how much did that play a role in what you guys did in the offseason in terms of getting Max and adding shooting? Is that a big part of it?
I mean, I think we knew an area that we needed to improve. I think we were able to kind of trick it during the regular season. But what the playoffs does is it exposes teams' weaknesses and strengths. And the way, the Knicks were able to guard us because of that, didn't allow our best players to be at their best. And, that's what a team is about, is being put together, to surround your best players with people that make them, better and give them the space that they need to do what they do best.
When you saw what Max did in the next series against the Knicks, did that help target him as well?
No, you watch Max. I shouldn't say no, but Max is a guy who you watch and you respect. And if you have any opportunity, you go and get a guy like Max. So it wasn't just that playoff series. It was, his history, what he's been able to accomplish coming from, tough places, not just NBA, everything's handed to me. He's had to go out and earn it. So just watching him throughout his career, that, he's a guy that you want to have on your team.
Going back to Darius, he didn't play the other night and obviously didn't practice today. Could you sense him struggling with the hamstring in the opener against Brooklyn?
You could see it more so when he was trying to slow himself down. I think he was able to get to his top speed, but then when he was trying to slow down and change directions, that was when I think you could see it. and for him, the style that he plays, it makes it extremely difficult. You got limited breaks.
Sorry if you got asked this already, but you know how Ty got hurt?
There was a play he jammed his foot in the OKC game. It was, yeah.
Okay. Is he on the mend or?
I mean, he's getting better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then secondly, George, you lead on him a lot on Saturday. How have you felt about what he's brought to the team? I know a lot of people are going to look at the threes, but he's been giving you some good boards, some good defense.
Yeah, George is a good player, and I think all these guys, the additions that we made in our group, like they're not one-dimensional players. They don't just do one thing that helps us. Like everything that they do, helps us as a team. So, George's shots are going to go. There's no doubt about that. It's been 3 games, so he communicates. He talks to his teammates during the game. He's in the right spots. He rebounds. He's competitive. He battles. He takes challenges. He can facilitate. So there's so many things that he does that it's not just about the shooting with him.
Going off of that, Max mentioned the other day that he doesn't consider himself just a straight-away shooter. He just called himself a basketball player. And I know you expressed similar sentiments that it's a disservice to his game just looking at him as a shooter. Do you think just the way he's played in the first 3 games and also the preseason really just backed up that belief you have in him?
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, you study a lot. You have a lot of conversations. He's a very versatile player. I think he plays the role that his team needs him to play. But his skill set and versatility allows him to do that, give you that whatever you kind of need and fill a gap. So the movement, the shooting, all that stuff. But you think about the passes he's made already, the challenges he's taken defensively. So he's a well-rounded basketball player.
When you see that Spruce-Mobley connection, I mean, it seems like it's advancing pretty quickly. I know you talked about it in the preseason, but is it almost like better than you expected at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's a highlight of 2 highly intelligent basketball players, right? So you put them together in space, and they see things so quickly, and they see them the same way. So it's unique, but again, it's a credit to their intelligence.
How close do you feel like you are to having your starting 5 healthy? How eager are you to get to that point?
We're excited for sure. We're looking forward to it. I can't put a timetable on for you, just because the nature of how guys heal and those types of things. But again, this is an 82-game season. And you just have to be patient and continue to take your steps until you get healthy, and then get that group as good as you possibly can as well.
What's been the benefit or the opportunity to see really what you have on your bench to
Yeah, I think other people have gotten a chance. I think any rep in an NBA game is a good rep for a guy. It gives us the chance to see in extended minutes what guys are capable of and how they can help the team. So and it gives them confidence and belief as well. So there is a silver lining to it, but obviously we're looking forward to having our guys back.
In the event either Donovan or Jared play tomorrow, will they be on a minute restriction, or will you guys be mindful of back-to-back just so you don't reactivate things?
I think we'll always look at that as guys come back. It's more of a ramp up, but we'll see how those guys feel tomorrow.
Seemed like